What's the best thing about the United States? Our neighbor down the road fled Sudan in the 1980s and made it to the United States as a refugee. She lost her father, two brothers, and most of her extended family, as they were related to the wrong political leader that was killed. Her mother and two sisters arrived with literally nothing in the late 80s. She is now a nurse making $100,000 a year, married to a firefighter with 3 kids, living on a property with 8 acres and a 5-bedroom house. One sister is a school teacher, and the other manages a Barnes & Noble. That is pretty cool. It might seem anecdotal, but this is it. Millions of stories of people who came here for a better future and made it happen. Very few places in the world can facilitate that. The USA is definitely one of them. USA is a great place to be an engineer. We pay our engineers better than any other country. If you can get a relatively inexpensive degree in engineering, then you can most likely swing middle class, no problem. Then you can tell everyone I'm an engineer, while you overanalyze an incredibly simple problem. I love it. I really like the diversity in this country, how anyone can be an American. And you have no idea who is American and who is not. That's my favorite thing. You have no idea who is just sightseeing, who is visiting family, who is here on a student visa versus who is actually American. So until someone says otherwise, we are going to assume you are American. Doesn't matter how thick your accent is. Doesn't matter how you dress. You are American until otherwise noticed. Also, I love how quickly we adopt things from our immigrants and declare it American. It's like, what are you eating? Is it delicious? Let me try some of that. Oh God, this is delicious. Go open up a restaurant. More people should be eating this. And now it's part of the American fabric. I love how the American tongue is such a mutt language. How quickly we adapt non-English words and more often than not pronounce them how they would be pronounced in their native tongue. We don't try to make them more English like the way the French will French up foreign words. I like how it's easy to correct an American by saying, it's actually pronounced this way. And they will have a go at trying to say it correctly rather than huff and puff and try to make you change the way you say it. Language is so adaptable here. It's far more forgiving than other languages. You can butcher it up here, and as long as we understand the idea of what you are trying to convey, you will get a pass. I think it's why it is such a juggernaut on a global stage. Yes, we have language rules, but the native speakers will mostly ignore them in order to communicate better. How is everyone feeling about Donald Trump officially being under arrest? That guy from Home Alone 2? Wow, just goes to show you really never can tell. The guy that bankrupted a casino? How the fuck do you bankrupt a goddamn casino? A casino is basically a license to print money. It's easy when you've had so much practicing bankrupting a football franchise, a vodka company, and a steak company. You know how hard it is to sell football, booze, and red meat in the United States. That guy who raped that 13-year-old girl named Katie Johnson and then sent her family death threats forcing them to go into hiding. Nobody is above the law. That's what we are told. Now it's time to prove it. Unless you are rich, famous, an athlete, hold a position of power, or know the right people. But other than that, no one is above the law. I'm pretty sure my parents are livid and probably think I'm behind it somehow. Non-Americans, what is the best American food? European who moved to the States, so I've tried some American dishes that are beyond what is common back home. Lobster rolls. OMG, these would be so popular back home. They are the perfect seafood sandwich. Smoked brisket. Wow. I tried this in some small Texas town and that place deserves a Michelin star. Key lime pie. I think I ate a whole one by myself when I was in Miami. Chocolate chip cookies. This is a list of my favorite foods. And imagine trying these for the first time like this guy. Yum. Y'all have BBQ down to a fucking science. In some places like St. Louis, Kansas, and Texas, it's like a religion. I thought the religion was college football, and BBQ was merely a sacrament. I'm physically incapable of arguing with that. Pro tip for non-Americans. If you are ever in the US for Thanksgiving, end of November, and have nothing to do, go on the local city subreddit where you are, and post that you are a foreigner who would like to experience Thanksgiving, and I guarantee you will get an invite from someone to the best holiday we have. Unethical pro tip for Americans, do the same, but put on a fake accent. You could just say you're alone and people would invite you. American here, but recently spoke with an Italian exchange student and asked him what he would miss most about the States. Deadass, he said chicken parm. That's not an Italian thing. He said the first time he had it, he called his friend back home to tell them about, and she hung up on him.
She hung up on him? This is too funny.
Italians get straight up indignant about what we call Italian food. They take it as a personal insult. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to write in the comments below the video, what do you think is really cool in the United States? Also, more videos like this you will find on the channel. Bye.